You guys! Whoa, hold on.
Starting hot.
Wow.
You guys, I missed you guys. And I'll tell you why. I don't know if you remember, but we filmed the past...
Like 3 weeks?
3 out of the 4 weeks, we
Yeah.
filmed episodes like a month ago, basically, for it, because it's tax season. And I never thought that I would miss podcasting so much until I was on my way here listening to my ghetto gangster rap, and I was like just super excited to get here. So I just want to let you guys know that I miss you so much. And 2, this podcast is brought to you by The Heather Presley. And you can find our merchandise at theheatherpresley.com. And we're doing 60% off the entire website with code 2023 because we're still in 2023. So we're going to keep that going for our podcast listeners. So make sure you check that out on the website. It's 60% off the entire website. Free shipping over $100. Okay, now.
Did you say because we're in 2023? It's like the beginning of 2023.
That's why I'm keeping it. That's 2023.
okay.
It's just we never have coats this long. That's why.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start us off hot. Okay. I forced Nick to hotbox in our closet with his farts this morning. And here's the thing about that. Okay?
I missed you guys so much.
I know.
Yeah.
This is why I'm bringing it up is because it triggered me this morning because we went to Mammoth. We never take vacations. Like
Well, we do,
never.
but not during tax season.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm shocked.
When do we take vacations not during tax
Well,
season?
we haven't the last couple of years because I was sick.
Okay, the last like 4 years, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you took vacation from us while you were staying at the good old San Joaquin Hospital.
I did. That was
So-
great.
We go to Mammoth and to have like a little bit of family time, and it was just a quick trip. It wasn't like a week or anything. We just went for a few days. And we get up there, and Nick is gassy the entire time. I mean,
I was?
never.
And that's a
What do you mean?
4+ hour
It was
drive.
one. No, not
No,
on the. Not
it
in the
was
car.
3 days. No, it was when we were like in Mammoth.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, to my.
Well, let me finish though. Hold on.
defense-
Let me finish before you get all defensive.
Jesus, babe.
And it was just like no smell. It just was like meh, meh, like constant. And we were dying because he was doing it in the room. And
it was
we're-
one night.
Nick, no, it wasn't.
It
Honey.
was.
Oh my God,
It
you
was
need
one
to
night.
get your brain checked. It was
Okay.
not.
Something else checked.
But
too,
anyway,
apparently.
I came back and
'Cause I
talked
ate some bad spaghetti.
No, that's not why.
Yeah,
That's
it
not
was.
why. For people who naturally are gassy,
I'm not naturally
be-
gassy.
You said that before.
Yes,
you said you had stomach
if you
issues
lie
before.
on this podcast, you're getting kicked off. We're honest only, okay? I love how
feel
he's
like I've
like,
been
I
better."
love butt play with my wife on me, but I'm not gassy. Like all the things to lie about, right? Okay, so we get back into town, and I'm talking to Teresa. She's a wonderful woman that works in the tax office, and she's telling me that people who are naturally gassy, like it's scientific, like in
What
higher
the fuck,
altitude,
dude? You're
in
talking
higher-
to everybody about this shit?
Nick has a problem. Can you help us?
I was just
It's not
wondering.
that bad.
I was just
God
wondering,
damn.
like what it was.
Old
Periodically,
farty
I
pants
fart.
over here.
No,
God,
but it's a thing. It's
not
a thing.
all the time.
Nick, it's a thing when you're up in high altitude and you drink Cokes and stuff, or
Got it.
like beverage, like you just blow ass more. So this morning, right? Nick had a hard time sleeping in the morning. I could tell he woke up early, like 5-ish, but didn't like wake up. He was just like rolling around, which was like driving me nuts. And he let a few farts out. No smell. Loud, no smell. He let one out, right? And it was like, holy shit, I'm up.
But
I'm
those
awake.
are the best
It
ones.
didn't
those
smell.
Yeah,
But
he
they don't even
Nick.
smell. But those are like they clear your system out in the morning. Isn't that the best though?
Yeah.
You're like,
Let
I
me
feel
tell ya.
6
I will
pounds
say,
lighter.
With that
yeah.
one scent, he cleared it all
I will say
out.
the one in the closet this morning because
That's
I
how
just-
it was
'cause I
in
had to
bed,
shit. No, it didn't. 'Cause I had to shit, and so it
Okay,
was
so-
one of those ones
hold
where
on.
the fart like goes around the poop and then comes out.
Okay,
I had a
but wait.
buddy- I had a buddy who used to do that, and he'd go, "That one passed a turd on the way out."
Yeah.
Okay, but that was like a 20-minute difference, though. So you're saying the fart before that.
No, when you get up and you start moving around, have a little water, it just kind of starts to
Drink
push
some
down.
coffee.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
pushes
So anyway,
down.
I couldn't believe it because I was about to put my lip liner on. So like I'm like hand to mouth smelling that shit. It was weird. So I closed the closet on him. And
Jesus,
he's like,
I can
really?
taste it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad. So that's our version of hotboxing.
Man. The
So
Dutch oven.
You
Remember
made
the
him
Dutch
do
oven?
it. Yeah, the Dutch oven, the covered wagon,
Oh,
Yeah.
it was so rough. Now that we're on
the
the
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
exactly. Ugh, so great. You know, and then it's just gonna get worse as he gets older. It's just gonna be a thing.
The worst
not
is
a
in
thing.
the worst is
You're-
in the shower though when you're like trapped
Yeah.
because you got the
Those are
glass
my
wall
favorite
around
farts.
you.
Wait, I love those farts.
And
Water
it's hot
farts.
and steamy, and you're like, "Oh my god, I
No,
can't
something
breathe."
about water farts just smell way worse than like dry land farts. Water farts are my fucking jam, man.
And, like,
I love
the
it.
molecules tentacles stick to the water in the
It
air,
does.
and
Fuck
then
yeah.
like you can't breathe because it's like you're in this giant humidifier.
You know how people
You
are
guys are
attracted.
gross.
Okay,
You know
so
that?
wait,
You guys are
here's,
fucking
no, Here's
disgusting.
my opinion, right? So there's
You
like
fucking farting
pheromones,
ass
natural
shower.
pheromones, which women are attracted to,
Yeah.
and then there's like fragrance, right? Or that you can call it parfum or perfume, right? Your mom taught
Essence.
me the difference. But anyway, I feel like dry on land farts, like not in the water, would be
Yeah.
like perfume farts, like fragrance farts.
Yeah.
But the ones in the shower are just that like real in depth who you are coming out.
I've
and
been
you're just-
attracted to you
it's
because
like pheromones.
Your
It's
pheromones
beautiful.
smell like chili dogs.
I don't know,
Yeah.
something about water farts. I like those.
Oh, we haven't done an episode in like 3 weeks, and all of a sudden this is the first thing you come out of the
I
gate
don't know,
with.
so mature.
know.
Welcome back, everyone.
Let's talk about farts.
Let's talk about Nick's gastro problems again.
So we went to Mammoth during tax season, which was a scary situation, but we did it because we deserved it. And it was right after corporate tax returns were due, and it was stressful, and we needed the little weekend.
Pretty gnarly
break.
up there, though. Like there's still a gajillion feet of snow everywhere.
Wow.
Well, we got lucky because we went in the pocket because there was a huge storm prior and
Yeah,
one right
yeah.
after. So
Uh-huh.
we went like perfect.
we just got
We
really,
got really
lucky. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
I
crazy.
never, I didn't, I've never seen snow like that. I didn't
It's
know
nuts. They haven't
that. It
seen
was.
snow like
we
that.
were in a 3-story cabin, and there was snow all the way up to the roof and covering the windows.
I've been
Like I didn't even know that was possible.
I've been in Big Bear as a kid. They had like 3-4 feet, which is nothing compared to what they've got now. But I was jumping off a 2nd-story deck into the snow.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was fun, and it would cushion your fall.
Like when you're at the top of Mammoth and you're getting ready to snowboard down, and you look around, it's so weird to see because it's just it looks like a white world as far as you can see, and you're like, this is California, and it's what?
This statement's just getting worse.
It's just a
because
white world.
It's a white world, and this is
Well, I just
California.
mean,
What
like-
white mean
no,
by
I mean
white
like
world?
it's like a white
Who would have
planet.
thought in California
It's like
it's
a white
world?
What
planet.
does it mean, my
I
white
mean
world?
a white planet. It's like the
shit.
world.
It's the planet now. Fuck
just
everyone
getting
else.
It just looks like it's all. What else you say? Fuck it. There's no land.
Snow.
You don't see any brown. There you
Oh
go.
my god.
You don't
Who'd
see
have
any
thought in
green.
California?
You don't see any green. You don't see any nothing. But yeah, I knew that would make it worse. No, I'm just saying. It's like you
It's a
don't.
white world
don't see-
after all.
You don't see anything. It's just snow, and it looks as far as you can see. You don't see any land. It's just snow.
There's
and
a bunch
it's
of
like,
cocaine all over the place.
It's what it looks like. Just mountains and mountains of.
a
It looks
Pablo
like
Escobar dream.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're all white too.
Yeah.
Definitely his dream. Okay, so we go to Mammoth on the way. Now I've never been there before. It was my first time.
Yeah, it's
and the
cool.
drive was like I loved it. It was 4
You
hours.
guys are racist, you know?
Oh, okay. We are. When you're standing on the mountain, little old Nick, it's a white world. Can't see any
Okay.
brown. It's a white planet.
Oh no.
So we go, we're on our way, and I don't know if have you been to Mammoth?
Oh yeah, I said
Dude.
we used to have a family place,
Okay,
like not
why
there.
is nobody talking about the Hills Have Eyes towns that
Oh,
you
yeah.
drive by?
Lone Pine, Independence, Big Pine.
How do you know the
Yeah.
names?
Because I've been there 1,000 times.
Dude, it's wild.
Yeah.
Oh
We used to-
my
I used to
gosh.
fish up there a lot in the summer.
Why aren't the homeless people living there? They're
Because
perfectly built buildings with cars that probably don't work, but they could fucking fix that shit.
some of the Lancha, some of those just nowherevilles. I know someone who one time got they're from the East Coast, and their plane they're supposed to fly into San Francisco. Something happened, and so Alaska Airlines said, "Hey, the closest we can get you to LA is Mammoth because they do have an airport."
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, well, we'll go to Mammoth, we'll rent a car. Like, good luck there, right? So they get sent in to Mammoth Airport, and they kind of got with some people on the plane and said, hey, we're all going to LA. Let's just rent a van. So they rent a van from Mammoth to drive to LA, which is a good 4+ hours.
red flag.
But see, when you're from the East Coast, that drive through the desert, this lady's recapping me. She's like, I couldn't believe it. It was like driving on the surface of the moon. There was nothing around. There were no rest stops and restaurants. And I'm like,
She was from New
yeah.
York?
She's from New Jersey. And
Oh.
this is on Jersey. Every exit's got a rest
something.
stop with a White Castle or whatever they got back there. So
Why
she's
is it got to
like,
be a White Castle?
Why is everything white in this episode? Jesus, have mercy. This will be the last episode
castle
we're
of
allowed to
white
put
people.
out.
it was Freudian slip. And so
She was going through Mammoth, and she was surprised there wasn't a White Castle with all the white around. I couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah, I deserve that. 100% deserve that. So yeah, she was shocked though at like how do people live out there? This is amazing. Couldn't understand that whole desert, the concept of desert.
Well, she's accurate. Nobody lives out there. They left their
Very
little
few people.
towns and
Yeah.
bounced with their homes and their cars.
Yeah.
So I was freaked out.
Go
I
up
was
into
like,
those hills in the summertime. It's wild back there.
I was like,
Wow.
if we lose a tire or some shit goes down, we're not getting out of this fucking car.
Yeah.
Like, what? I just kept
And
visualizing
then a giant weed
scenarios
dispensary on the Indian res.
that says
Drive through.
tax free, right?
drive through
you don't
that
pay
mug,
any
too.
taxes for those weed.
You roll up
that
and you're
weed.
like, you literally roll up and you're like, hey, I'll take a, some purple Kush and a side of.
I want
whatever."
that white,
you know, and yeah, they'll serve it to you. It's pretty sick.
and you don't pay taxes on it.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
the res.
insane.
Sovereign nation.
Is
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
Is that why?
So there's right there at Independence. There's Fort Independence is an Indian reservation, the Paiute res.
Yeah.
There's another res just outside of Bishop, which is why the gas
Yeah.
is so cheap. There's a casino right there as you're heading
We
up.
saw that.
That's the Paiute
Yeah.
Palace, and that
Oh,
is the
shit.
Paiute res. So
Yeah.
it's right there. Yeah.
Oh, that
That's why the
makes
gas
sense.
is
Okay,
super
that
cheap
makes
there,
sense.
too. No federal taxes.
Wow, holy!
They don't pay-
Yeah,
Damn,
it's
They don't
Mom.
pay taxes
Why
to the
can't I
white
be
man.
Indian?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
So, people. No, I was gonna make a comment, but thank the
Yeah,
Lord
I
I
almost
didn't.
did too, and it was that was going to be a bad one,
I mean, are we privileged or are the Indians privileged?
babe. Jesus
I had to say it. I had to say it. But okay, so
Are you serious right now? What the fuck? I can't even believe you just said that. Jesus.
they are
I mean,
for
Yeah.
good reason. We fucked up.
hey, these days, the more and more like crazy freedoms we get taken away, we're like, you know what? That's not, not a bad deal. They got their own little sovereign nation. They get to run casinos. Like,
Tax free.
I know they got a lot of issues they're trying to deal with.
They get like state money.
I
and it
do.
gets
I
passed
do. I
down
do
to their
people's
kids.
taxes who
get
who-
casino
You
checks.
do.
they get money. Like they just
what is
get
it called?
paid.
Reser-
and some of them, like one of them's like a drug addict, and he just gets money.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
part
All
of
the
that's
time.
part of the issue. So yes, as a member of the nation, you will get a payout from the casino, but that's why a lot of people do have drug and alcohol issues because they do get that
Yeah,
check.
that's what he said. He said a lot of people in
Yeah.
those areas are like
That's the
really
bummer.
bad addicted
Oh,
to
that's
drugs.
really sad.
That's the bummer. But other than that, there are some good things they got.
Don't
they got
worry, we're
rolling.
gonna have a full-on drug conversation next.
Oh, okay,
So
good.
we
A
go to
full on
Mammoth.
what?
We're gonna have a drug conversation. I got to tell you a story.
Okay.
So we go up. We get up there. It's absolutely immaculate. We're there Friday. Wake up, whatever. What do we do? You take Blake and Beckham up the mountain to go down, right? And I'm with like the little kids, like Haley, Baby P, and then Finn was with you guys, wasn't he? Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
did school.
He
So
did the school.
he did like a ski school. So they're up at the mountain. It's super early, and I'm with the girls kicking it. And we have a little baby with us, so we're just kind of like going around the town, like whatever, trying all this stuff. And we go up there to meet them, just to say hello, right? And I had brought $700 in cash with me.
Mhm.
Now here's why. That was supposed to be
For drugs.
the drug money. That was supposed to be cash is king, which I heard that. I love that. Never heard that before. But anyway, we don't like using our card for stuff like that. Like we'd rather just pay cash.
Sure.
So that's the cash was for like the ski stuff, like going on getting
Rentals,
rentals,
yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever, paying for the pass to go up there. And so our like schedule that day was so like crazy and unorganized that like I ended up just dropping Nick off. Like I didn't give him the cash. Like it just happened so fast that he just had to use his card. So, but I'm still carrying this cash because I haven't been back to the cabin. So I go up there and I pull my phone out of my pocket. And I'm like trying to call him because the service is terrible. We have the worst AT&T. Fuck you.
But Mammoth
worst
Mountain,
service.
Mammoth Mountain, nobody gets
No
service.
way.
You are on
No
the side
way.
of the mountain.
No
You
way.
get it in certain
They had
spots.
Verizon and they were like, "Hello, I can hear you perfectly clear." And I'm over here like, "Where's
It's
everybody?"
because you got to go in different spots.
So anyway, I can't get a hold of him, and I'm like calling. So then I meet up with everybody except him and Blake, because him and Blake are just flying up and down the hill. And they're talking about lunch, and so I go to pull my money out because I had Beckham with me, and I was going to give him cash for lunch because I couldn't get a hold of Blake or Beckham. And I'm like, "Oh fuck, it ain't in the pocket." Okay, so I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm like, "Don't fucking cry, don't cry on this trip." And I'm like going everywhere. I'm asking. My family was like, "Hey, go to like the Lost and Found and like make a claim ticket." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, because someone's gonna drop."
Oh, I found $700 on the ground. Yeah.
And my debit card too. My Wells Fargo
Oh.
debit card was there too, and it has a picture of my kids on it. So it's like the guy, so that's why they convinced me to go make a claim, because they're like, yeah, but if it's with a card, like someone might,
Maybe.
they're all rich over there, like
That's true.
and I'm crying over $700. It's probably like trash money to
Spent
those
that
people.
on lunch, yeah.
So believe it or not, no one called. Okay, no one turned it in. So it ruined my trip, and I was scared to tell Nick. Because I knew that if he lost $700, I'd fucking be pissed for a month.
It's not that big of a deal.
But
Like,
it was to me, because I just am like all about like saving money. I'm like frugal right now. Just I'm in this phase.
I mean, but it's not enough to be like. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but
it's $300 away from $1,000.
Can we just go back to that statement where she said she's into saving money now, and there's literally a stack of fucking open bins boxes in the side of the
Yeah.
studio.
You've been to our house, so you've seen my garage.
Okay,
Still
hold
that
on.
way?
It's
Whoa,
fucking
back on
insane.
Heather.
Our garage is ruined.
We're not
just
going
so
to
we're
bang
clear.
on Heather.
Nothing to do there.
We're going to cool it off over
Yeah.
there, sister, mister.
Yeah.
All right, back to your losing $700 in the snow.
So that was like the first thing that like really ticked me off financially, because I was trying not to spend a bunch of money, right? And so I was like devastated. And then secondly, we pay for Beckham to get all this stuff, which I knew he wasn't going to do it. He should have just kicked it with us and Baby P. So then he just
But he wanted to do it. So
he
what was I
wanted
going
to
to
do
do?
it. He
Say,
did.
no, you can't do it because you can't do it?
You won't do it.
No, he wanted to
He
do
tried
skiing,
and he
everyone
wanted
was,
to.
Hold on, everyone was going snowboarding and he wanted to go skiing. My opinion, skiing's way harder because you're using multiple things. Like you're using left and right. A snowboard is just like a flat board. It's pretty.
They're both pretty tough, but actually I respect him trying to ski though, because that's what I learned to do.
I do too.
I learned
But
to ski.
I was mad that Nick didn't try to get a refund.
So it was just
was
too
like-
difficult. Like it was just too much
It was,
going on.
dude, it was all, okay.
It's always a shit show when you learn how to ski.
Beckham is just, he's not athletic, not very athletic. So
And he doesn't want to be.
I knew
athletic.
it was
It's
going
just
to
not
be.
his
No,
thing.
he does. He
Oh.
just isn't, And so, unfortunately, you got Blake, who I basically take him up on his snowboard first try, and he's boarding down the hill like
Yeah.
nothing. So that's just how Blake is. But I knew it was going to be hard for Beckham, and I didn't think I'd have to put him in school because he was old enough. I took him up the hill, and it was, dude.
You have to on skis. You got to go through the school
yeah.
because there's too much going on.
I
Like,
know.
That's why snowboard.
So
wasn't
he
easy.
was.
It's a
So he.
skateboard on
So
ice.
he ended up. We
Kinda.
got about, I would say, 100 feet down the hill, but it took us an hour. And he would stand up, fall over, and then his skis would get all tangled. And
Yeah.
you'd have to take them off, and then
sucks.
stand up, fall back over. And one time he got like 20 feet, but and he like purposely fell over because he started going too fast.
Didn't know how to stop.
And so we had to walk back up the hill because it's mammoth, so it's not a small little thing down.
Right.
It would have taken us a whole day to get down. We would have never even got down, I don't think. So I said, maybe before we even try, I said, let's just go back up and get a ride down.
Yeah.
So we had to get a ride down. So that was all he did. And like, I felt bad because he had to sit in the lobby while we snowboarded all day by himself. So
because
I felt like shit.
I didn't have service to pick him up.
Right.
And when I came back and lost that money, Beckham was there. He was trying to get skis that made him more comfortable. So at that point, I never even saw Nick. Didn't even talk to Nick. So I didn't know. I did on the way out. I'm sorry, because that's when I was like, hey, by the way, real quick, I lost $700. See ya. But he was I was helping him get a different size to make him more comfortable. So I thought he was going down. I didn't find out until after that he like was just sitting there. taking
Luckily,
it.
I
He had
lied
fun,
to them. Luckily, I lied to them because
Oh,
and
here, let's
fucking
talk about
Blake,
Blake,
dude. I got
such a
Blake's
snitch.
or I got Beckham's snow or skis, and if you're 13, right, it's like
It's 12 and under. It's
12
cheaper.
and under is like for
Way
the hill.
cheaper.
For the
Sure.
hill,
pass.
it's like instead of 129, it's 49.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then renting the skis and all that, if you're under 12, it's like the same thing. It's real similar. It's a lot cheaper. I'm sitting there renting his stuff and and I'm like, yeah. They're like, how old is he? I'm like, oh, or she's like, is he under 13 or under 12? And I was like, yeah, because I saw that it was under 12.
And let me guess.
Blake's like, he's not 12, he's 13. And I'm like, Blake, no. Here's the thing. I'm like, Blake, no, he's not. Stop saying that. And like, how do you not read the fucking room, dude? Like, shut the fuck up and like just don't say anything. And
This
he's
is
just
$70
dude,
savings we're
he's
talking about.
fighting
He wouldn't
me.
stop.
He's fighting me for 5 minutes. I felt so stupid. Even the lady was like, so do you want to ask him how old he is? I'm like, he's my son. He's not a teenager yet. Like, he's like, yeah, he is. He's a teenager. He had his birthday like 3 months ago. That's what he's doing to me. And I've never wanted to smack that kid in the face more than I did right there. And then he did it again, dude. Fucking, we're like trying to get up on the hill, and it's an expert hill. Well, Blake was doing good, so they're like, "Oh, are you supposed to be on the expert hill?" And he's like, "Well, or what was it? Wasn't that what it was? It was something else." He wouldn't. Oh, yeah, I had to use my card. I said, "Oh, your card's in my thing. That's how you get onto the lift."
Sure.
And I'm like, "Here, let me use it because I forgot I have my card." And he's like, "That's not mine. Mine's right here in my pocket. It's right here, Dad. It's right here." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, dude." He just like he doesn't read. He has no common sense. But yeah, that was.
He's honest.
Yeah, he is
No,
honest. No, he's not. He is honest, but
No,
not to
he's a
us.
fucking liar,
He
dude.
is a little liar.
But honest is shit that matters. It's like when you're supposed to lie, he doesn't lie. It's like vice versa.
Yeah.
But then,
He's a
my
snowboarding
favorite
motherfucker,
part,
dude.
he's just a savage
He's
of a kid.
sick.
Haley probably can do it too because she was doing shit at the house. Like they had like hills
Yeah.
in the backyard, and she was just fucking flying, like standing up, like flying
Sure.
down. But anyway, my favorite story, which I wasn't there, was when Nick and Jeremy took Blake. Okay, let me just say they were on that mountain all day, like sun up to sundown.
That's how Mammoth works. It's so big. You get one lift. It takes you all day to get down the hill.
Just so you
No,
know, I haven't
they
been
were going up and
snowboarding.
down, up and
I
down.
haven't been snowboarding in about 15 years, and I thought I was just not going to be able to do it. But I used to be pretty good at snowboarding. I got up there and I kind of started going, and then it came right back, and I was like flying. It was so
Were you afraid
fun,
of getting
dude.
hurt though? Because I'm afraid
I
to go
was.
back skiing because I haven't done it in so long, and I was really good at it for a while. But I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
hurt
so
something
funny
now.
you say that because that is the way I think, and I would have never thought that, but until these surgeries and I got in such bad shape. But I was thinking that I was like, man, if I fell and ate shit like this, I would be doomed.
Yeah.
And I did. I was videoing Blake going down the hill, and I was flying down the hill, and I kind of went like this, and I just went boom, I caught an edge and just face planted. It was horrible.
But
Yeah.
so it was like the very last run of the day. Jeremy and Nick took
shit.
Blake up there, and I wasn't there, so I just
We
wanted
went
to
to the
tell the
expert
story.
hill.
It's so fucking funny though, because if you know, first of all, backstory, Blake has like anger problems, but it's really funny. Like he just is like
It's not funny.
so out of control sometimes, where you're just like, holy, like he's not like punch us or hit us like that kind of anger. He just will like throw shit,
Yeah.
right? He's like you. Like when you broke
Yes.
your phone over Angry Birds or whatever. So anyway, this
Wasn't over Angry Birds. That was you that caused me to break that phone. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was you.
So I really want you to tell the story. Come on, get to it. Chop chop.
So
it's my favorite. It's just so funny.
Blake was doing so well all day snowboarding, and the last run of the day, we went up to the big hill.
Yeah.
And it's a long
big.
ways down, you know. And so we got up there, and Blake, I could see it in him. I know when Blake gets tired, he just starts getting a little like moody, a little like kind of. Everything's irritating him. So we get up there, and I can just already feel I'm like, oh shit, let's just have a smooth run. We start going down, and there's a spot where you have to keep going straight, and if you don't, it's gonna it's a steep hill going down this way.
And right now, especially with the snow
and
drifts,
it's like lumpy. And,
Yeah.
So we're like, Blake, stop. You're gonna go down the wrong spot. And like he stops, and it just started, dude. This is like 20 minutes. He had to get on his knees and crawl up the hill, and like he was just getting annoyed. And then he would stand up, and then he would try to start going. He'd start going back down that way again. We'd stop, and then so he was like getting tired. Dude, this kid started like punching. I mean, he had a meltdown, like a full on punching the ice, picking his snowboard up, throwing it. And I'm like, dude, that thing's gonna go down the hill. If you keep doing, your if it slides down the hill, you're fucked. You got to roll down the hill.
Yeah.
And so he was just, dude, he had like a full on meltdown. And at one point, I was trying to help him, and I grabbed him, and I was like trying to pull him this way, and he slipped out of my hands, and dude, he lost it. I'm talking like he just lost it, and I just said, you know what, like I'll see you down at the bottom.
Yeah.
If you want to be like that. And so that's the good thing about Blake is you can do that with him. Like he'll get it. That's why we always say, like, if he was on his own somewhere, he'd figure it out.
Yeah.
He's just like that. So he figured it out. But afterwards we got home, and they were asking about the day, and he couldn't let go of the fact that he said that he's like, my dad didn't even help me. He tried to push me down the hill. And I was like, and he kept saying that, and he was like pissed off still. I was like, go take a nap, dude.
You're like, what about all the good parts, Dad? You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, I got stuck on a big hill when I just learned to ski, and they kind of taught you how to turn in basic ski class, but it was like mostly dudes in a little snowplow where you cross your skis, and that's kind of how you turned, but it didn't really work very
when you
well.
put your feet together?
Yeah, and you
dude,
just kinda
it
put your
doesn't
tips-
work that good.
And that's not
why
how
I
you
kept
do
telling
it.
Blake, especially
Yeah.
on Mammoth.
Yeah.
No.
So
it's not working good.
so the next day I learned one day, and the next day, like the group I'm with, and it was like my dad and his friends, and they're like, take us up to like the Black Diamond at the top of Big Bear Mountain back in the day.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I'm going down, and I'm like, I don't know how to turn. You're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I really don't know how to turn. Like, I got the snowplow thing. I can't do anything else. And they're like, oh, shit. So it's a long way down. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, some dude comes, and this is right when, like, snowboarding was new. Like, this early 90s. Snowboarding was new, and only kind of like the assholes snowboarded. Yep. And so there was this big, like, not so much anymore, but there was this big fight back then between the ski people and the snowboarders. And this snowboard dude just comes and he loses control and he wipes me out.
Oh, no way.
My dad's friend almost whooped this kid's ass on the slopes, like right then and there, because he just totally obliterates me, you know? Yeah. So anyway, I got down eventually, and it was like, okay, lesson learned. Got to do a little more practice before.
You do it.
But yeah, you get and it was that oh shit moment. You get to the top, and you're like, oh shit.
Oh shit, I think that's what Beckham did. But you know what's funny is it's like you said, when I was younger, we snowboarded, and skiing was like for fucking dorks, you know, is what basically we thought. Dude, skiing is like, skiing is like, there's young kids that are all like swagged out and they're fucking, I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably 50-50 skiing.
It's faster. It's faster than snowboarding. I mean,
but they were jumping, you know, Mammoth, they were like doing flips. We could see them on the jumps.
It's kind of like, you know what?
It's like but I'm saying like, skiers didn't have swag back when we did it.
Right,
they're like swagged out. They're like, I don't know, man. I was surprised.
It's probably returned because it's faster. The X Games made it cool again, right?
Have you noticed that they wear like the 80s outfits too?
I haven't been on the slopes in years.
Dude, Nick was in heaven.
It was funny.
He was like, damn, I'm young again. What's up?
There's bushes under there.
Judy's bushes back, baby. That's the only brown I saw on that mountain.
That's why you couldn't get a hold of him.
Judy's bushes.
You couldn't get a hold of him because he was chasing some muff down the hill with a perm and a neon jacket. He was like, hell yeah.
In the muff.
I'm following this lady. That's why he pushed Blake down the hill. He's like, get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't want your mom to know.
Yeah. I told him how he said I pushed him, you know, and like.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day when we went, and that place was lit.
I'll bet.
And also, it was Pride Week.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
So you had every color. You had every color out there. You had the green.
Literally
you had
every
the
color.
rainbow deal.
We had all the alphabet, and we had all the colors.
There you go.
We got it all. We had it all. So,
but it was like the party afterwards at Mammoth was fucking. They had a DJ. It was loud.
I'm thinking about. I don't know. We'll see if my kids want to be snow winter sport kids. I don't know. We'll see. I'm afraid to do it again though. As much as I know I could ski again. Yeah. Especially now, like my legs are strong. It'd be awesome. I'm afraid I would break something.
Hurt something if you fell.
Yeah.
When does it stop snowing in Mammoth? When will it go
away? This year, never.
Because we should
July.
go.
They
should go again. Because dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it was a lot of fun.
They said they'll be.
Nick was in heaven.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
They said they'll be open until July this year.
Yeah, we should go.
It gets slushy when the sun comes out normally, but I mean they're still getting snow now. Even today they're getting snow.
Oh yeah, when we left it was snowing. Yeah, it was snowing.
And it's really cool in the summer. That area is great because you can fish. Like I go up there in the summer. I've been there a few times in the winter, but I go up in the summer to fish. I know, lame. But that area is going to be open till like July. So
I want to go back.
Yeah, actually, my wife said the same thing that day. She wanted us to take the kids to like the tube park or something.
First of all, we did that shit.
It was fun.
Oh my god!
You know, you don't have to walk up the hill. It has a fucking magic
thing,
carpet.
Right?
No, it's like you stand on this.
That's right, it's a conveyor belt.
Yeah,
it's a conveyor belt, and you just like.
Nice.
Dude, Haley pissed me off. I was the worst mom, I think, in that moment, and I didn't give a fuck. I'll tell you what happened. So we had a big group with us. And we have like little kids with us. Yeah. Haley's not. She thinks she's a baby. We were around a baby.
Can we just talk about this for a second? Our 7-year-old is starting to get like a little weird, to be honest with you. She thinks she's a baby, and she's going to be 8 next month. And
he thinks she has like a syndrome.
I think she has something. She still walks around with her bunny, and she's like, "I'm me." That's how she talks all day.
Yeah.
All day. She never talks like a normal one. And it's like,
first of all, she has like these birth.
Tell me she hasn't. No, I know. That doesn't bother me. But it's just she talks like a baby. You can't understand her. But she like has these like freak out moments like a baby. Have you noticed that, babe?
No.
I just, anyways, we won't talk about it because she doesn't like it that I think it, but I just think she should be
honey,
acting like an adult.
You can think whatever you want. Yeah. You're just gonna think it all. Yeah. So we now keep in mind the tube park, like you're flying down a big ass hill. It's not like a little. They have a kiddie section. We were not in the kiddie section, and it's like kind of bumpy. So when you have a bunch of people, which we were like, all of us were going, so we could just fucking fly, up and down. I didn't get to experience that like you guys did. I don't know what it was, but like when you guys were flying. Anyway, irrelevant. So
we weren't flying.
I take Sissy up there for the first time. She was scared, which I get it.
We all went. You're her. It was me, you, and her.
And so she like struggled, but she was like, okay, cool. I got mom and dad on both sides. Like, I'm going to go down. No problem. She was screaming the whole way down.
Dude, she was freaking out.
And then she was like, I want to go again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. Okay. We go up. Everyone ditches us. Like, we're in line. Everyone's flying down. She's just standing there with me, and it's our turn. Okay. And I want to go down the bumpy one because she's not going to ruin my trip.
Right.
This isn't the Haley show. This is a fucking we're having fun show. Okay. And so she starts freaking out. I mean, crying, like super scared, like, I don't want to go down. And there's a worker there, a guy, who's like being overly nice to her.
Yeah.
And it's pissing me the fuck off because I'm being rude. I'm like,
trying to toughen this
you're
chick
going
up.
down this hill. Like, there's the only way to go down is to go down.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, there's no way to walk
escape
down.
route.
Like, you
Yeah.
have to go down. And she's like, I don't want to go on that one. Like, losing it. And I'm embarrassed, number one, because I judge kids who do that to their parents. And now I'm in this situation. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So I'm like, trying to be nice because the guy's being nice. So I'm like, okay, Haley, like, we have to go down. You have to sit down. She's like, no, right? Oh, and if we weren't around people, I'd smack the shit out of her, okay? She's like, no. And this guy's like, okay, sweetie, what if I go with you? I had enough, okay? Because it was like 10 minutes of this guy just babying the shit out of her.
We were like waiting for them on the way down at the bottom. We're like, why are they not going? I knew what was going on.
So then the guy's like, all right, sweetie, what if I go with? His name was like Bill or whatever. He had like a name tag, and I called him by his name, Billy Bob, right? Whatever it was. And I'm like, stop being so, like, I was so rude to him. I felt bad after, but I was like, stop being so nice to her. She needs to sit the fuck down and go down the hill. That's what I said. And he looked at me like, what the fuck? Like, you just cussed in for like I was a bad mom. And then it made me worse because I was feeling like shit. So I escalated it. And I'm like, if you don't sit, I'm going to push you down this fucking hill, Haley. We're going down this hill and you're going to sit with your Aunt Janice. Like, I went off on her. She still wouldn't. So I like forced her down and I flew her ass down, and because she didn't want to spin, because you can spin.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did she go down?
Yeah, we did. Eventually, I had to grab her by her hand. I shoved her down and I fucking took off. I wasn't even holding on to her. I was holding her hand, like shoving her. I just wanted
Down
to
the
get
bumpy
down.
hill?
No, we had to go to lane 1, which is the no bumpy hill.
Yeah.
And so we get up to the top, and she's like, oh my God, I had to apologize to her because I just got worse.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I was just really scared. And I was like, shut up. You're going to go sit with Janice. I don't want to talk to you right now. So here's why it made me mad is we had paid for 2 hours, but there's like time limits, and we got there late. So we basically had like 45 minutes. And 20 minutes of that was like me with her on this fucking hill, and they're all smiling. Like, the rest of my family, like, Nick's just fucking, this is great. And I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm over here like wanting to have fun.
I had a drink.
And then we finally had fun.
That's cool.
But shit, I lost my mind.
I trucked my kid because we got a pretty epic snowstorm where I live, and so we had a hill across the street from our house, and it was covered. It was a big hill, and the boys are all pumped to go down it. So we get our sleds out. We got some plastic ones and everything. And so the first run down, or second run, once we got the trail kind of groomed, my boy's like, hey, let me stand. You sit on the sled, and I'll just kind of stand on the back and hold on to you. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So we get going, and we start cooking, and then we start spinning on our tube a little bit. Well, we spin and kind of hit something. Well, he sort of rolls over me, and then I just basically roll over the top of him and smash his face into the ground as we go.
God.
And I get up, and then I look at him, I'm like, oh my God, you okay? And he pops up, and his face is just covered in snow. Of course, he's got a giant grin on his face.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, dude, you got trucked. And then like later that night, though, he had like a scrape on his face, a cut on his cheek, and I'm like, you know what? Those are battle wounds for a sweet ass sled run. Like, we're good. Like,
Wait, you guys got a bunch of snow?
That's not like a battle wound
Tons.
of Dad sat on my face.
Yeah,
Like,
no, he
come
was
on,
good. I was like, after that, he did not want to do that. He wanted to sit on my lap, which made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But we had
Poor
we had
guy.
enough at our place. We just did it we had a couple days where it was pretty epic. So
Really?
anyway, trucked him and everything, but it don't stick around like Mammoth does. Mammoth is insane. So,
Yeah.
Mammoth was so fun.
yeah, maybe there'll be late spring tube trip or something because it's gonna keep happening. So
Yeah. I want to go back. It was
I
a lot of
know.
fun.
We're definitely going to do it once a year.
And we stayed in a badass cabin. It was
We won't be
freaking-
doing that.
Yeah, it was a little.
cabin, condo, was it more of a
It
cabin,
was
like a
a
rental cabin?
It was a huge
Yeah.
cabin. It was like it was huge, man. And it was like, yeah, I never been in a cabin that big.
We stacked up there one time in college. We drove up there, like my fraternity, and we rented a cabin. Of course, it was a cabin intended for it was probably like 2 bedrooms and like 2 bathrooms. But of course, we stacked like 25 dudes in there.
Yeah.
But it was so
It was like
fun.
$5 a piece.
Yeah, we're like, okay, it's gonna be like 300. Back then, it was like maybe 300, 400 a night, and everyone's like, okay, give me your $100. That'll cover you for the weekend. Everyone's like, cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it was awesome. Like such a great time. And then like. And I'm like, man, if the property managers knew, like that was before Airbnbs, where now you get in trouble. Like, oh, you can only have 1 car.
Yeah.
We had like 18 vehicles in the parking lot. There was like 35 dudes smashed into this 2-bedroom cabin, sleeping on top of each other. Didn't matter. Like, it was cool.
I bet you guys are sleeping on
Yeah,
top
it
of
was one
each
of those
other.
parties.
Our baby nephew Finn, this motherfucker. Okay, we're asleep, okay, in our cabin, and it's like 3 a.m. He walks into our room. They gave us the master, which was so nice of them. But he walks into our room 3 a.m, loud. Hey, Heather. Good morning. What's up, Heather? Heather,
no.
like just so loud and scares me. I scream because I think we're
Because you're like,
murdered.
where am I? Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
wait, this
dis-
isn't my house.
disoriented.
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? So I pull him on the couch and I'm like, you're gonna just sit here? It's like early in the morning. You're gonna sit here and watch TV or fall back asleep,
some
right?
Bluey or something.
So then we're like laying there, and then all of a sudden we hear, what was the song? Wasn't it
Song? No, yeah, he was watching Rocky.
Rocky 3? But what was
Dude,
the
he
wait?
was like,
What was the
loves-
song? What
I
was the
don't-
song?
Eye of the Tiger or something?
Was
I don't
it?
know. What
No,
is it?
it
Rocky,
was-
what's the one?
The training crescendo.
The training
No.
one. Yeah. We hear the running.
Yeah. That's that's Eye of the
Why?
Tiger.
Why is it?
Dun,
Was it?
dun,
Yeah,
dun.
that's
Dun.
Eye of the Tiger.
I don't think it was that
Or
one.
no, it wasn't that one.
It was a different song. Anyway, he's
Yeah,
like,
it was that one.
he had the volume up, so I just hear this song.
But
and-
not just that.
Wait, so then
he
Nick
talks.
gets up. Yeah, so Nick
He
gets up
talks
because I'm
during
not
it.
getting up. I put this motherfucker on the couch to watch it. Nick gets up and goes and talks to him. And the way he says to Nick is hilarious. It's like 3:30 in the morning at this point. What does he say?
He like, or I walked
'Cause
out
you were
there.
laughing.
Yeah, I walked
You
out
were,
there,
like,
and he
laughing.
was like, I was like, "What are you doing, buddy?" Because he's like talking to himself the whole time, like he's talking to the screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What are you doing, man?" He's like, "Oh, I'm watching Rocky." He's like, "It's a classic." That's what he said to me.
He's
Is
so
it that one?
cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gonna fly
scared
now.
me.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Hey, Gordy, I thought that we were being raptured right now.
Oh, those are the horns of the apocalypse.
I don't think it was. Was it this
It was
one?
this one.
It was?
Yeah, this is a song.
Yeah.
I think they run
it
through the
was,
streets.
it was really
Yeah.
loud. I really thought we were getting raptured right now. That's how much of a sinner I am. I was like, I'm not fucking protected. Okay, going to church this
You
Sunday.
thought it was the horns of the apocalypse and the 4 horsemen were next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna be stuck here with the whole alien theory. So we were dying though. It was the funniest, and then we were just kind of awake. Worst sleep of our life. Okay, let me just say this: this cabin was expensive as a mother effer.
Yeah.
we did
Because it's
split it with
wintertime.
people.
You guys are going
Yeah.
right when they charge the most. Go in the
It
summer,
was-
it's like half price.
Like, let me just reiterate: it was expensive. Okay, very
You probably
expensive.
spent like $1,200 a night. Ballpark? More? Yeah.
So we're like, I did it. Nick didn't know, and he was mad that I did it.
Only in
but
a white
whatever.
world, right, Nick?
Only in a white world. You better believe it.
Oh my god. So you're stupid. So we're in this like luxury cabin. It's beautiful. Okay, like it is really, really.
Well, there was
nice.
other people there with us. So
Yeah, it wasn't.
like-
We didn't.
So it wasn't
yeah.
that
We
beautiful.
split it.
Yeah.
No. Oh my god.
No,
it
they're
was-
super cool too.
They're amazing.
like
We
really
had the
cool.
best time.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just trying to like paint this picture of like we're in a luxury
Yeah.
cabin. Okay, and it's expensive. 1-ply toilet paper. What the fuck is that?
Oh, my God. I just heard a comedian go
Every time I peed, a cat licked my pussy dry because
Yeah.
it was like so rough. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, it was that bad toilet paper
It was,
too. It was like
one ply, like
yeah.
industrial toilet paper.
Oh
like,
my
Yeah.
fuck
goodness.
you
It's
guys,
like the
toilet
shit
paper.
you get at 7-Eleven, you know, that stuff that just tears apart
It
when it
was like
touches your
when
butt.
during COVID when toilet paper ran out, no one still didn't buy that shit. Right? We weren't that desperate toilet paper. So that was like the one that was like the one thing. The bed, Gordy, was fucking shit. In
What?
the
I didn't
master.
think it was that bad.
Are you kidding?
So-
I had like
I didn't think it was
It's
that
funny
bad.
you bring up the cheap toilet paper though, because I just literally saw this on TikTok before we got here, and this was the late John Panay, the comedian.
I saw one guy buying cheap toilet paper. I said, "What are you doing? That's 4 rolls for 89 cents. That can't be good. Don't you like yourself?" I understand the need to find a bargain. But toilet paper, you buy good toilet paper. I've been really broke. I always got good toilet paper. It's a line you don't cross.
he's right.
It tells you everything will be all right. The bills are late, but I got good toilet paper.
There you go.
You just gotta take care of your Well, for men, you guys don't wipe your wieners.
Hey, ever since I got the bidet, barely use any toilet paper anymore.
True.
See?
I'm telling you, game changer.
But
Yep.
when you're in a cabin that you spend money
Yeah.
on, you expect the
some
sharp
shit.
Did you get a
off.
portable bidet?
Well,
Which one did you get?
I got one that's. I mean, it's not.
Oh, don't worry. I have open bins. We'll give him one.
We've
Okay,
got
good.
We got
portable
12.
ones where you can take them
I
wherever
need
you
that for
go,
the other
and
bathroom.
but it's just a hand one. You just go like this.
Oh, it's just
and it
a
connects,
a
but it
hose.
connects to the thing.
Oh, it's like a hose. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a fucking hose.
It's a hose.
That's a hose.
I got
telling
hose,
you.
bro.
I like
I got
it.
hose for
Loves
you.
getting hose and giving hose.
No, I actually bought cheap toilet paper the other day. I just bought some, and I didn't realize it was single ply, and I just threw it in the bathrooms, and then
Your
my
wife
wife
screamed?
goes, "Why the hell did you buy the cheap toilet paper?" And I'm like, "I did. I mean, it was. I just didn't realize it was a
You didn't
good
realize
brand,
it?
but I didn't realize it was. Why they even sell single ply anymore? I had no idea.
I don't know.
No idea.
It's terrible.
This is for truck stops and rest areas,
Mm-hmm.
and your office is where you buy the cheap stuff's at. What single
Fuck
ply's
that.
for?
We
It
got that in
shouldn't
the
be in an
office right now
Airbnb.
too. In my office, somebody bought it, and it's yeah. The back bathroom doesn't have it. It has the good one. That's why I go poop
Yeah.
back there.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
So that's going to wrap up this episode. Oh, it felt so good to be back. Missed you guys. Don't forget to check out theheatherpresley.com. Use discount code 2023 for 60% off the entire website and free shipping over $100. So go check it out, right? Okay, and we'll see ya on the next one. Bye.